Hello everybody, and welcome back to my channel. This is Dark Razeth, and we are doing a first look on Dragalia Lost. I have progressed in the game quite a bit, so there's going to be a lot of features that you won't see unlocked when you start the game. So the first thing we have to talk about when it comes to a gacha game, and this is a gacha game, is the characters, the art. Because if you don't like the art, if you don't like the characters, it doesn't matter how good the gameplay is. If the eventually, like myself, you can tune out if you don't like the way the characters look in game. And you can see here they are very chibi, they are very pudgy faced. They got these triangular legs. kind of strange. Eventually you can start tuning them out and just focusing on the gameplay, but as a note, a lot of people don't like chibi art and are turned away from chibi art, but because of this game's difficulty that it does have within the gameplay and the amount of concentration you have to be able to do the harder levels, the fact that they're chibis to me was I probably am not going to play this game. I'll probably play it for a day and then I'm done. And then now, I did a 18-hour stream yesterday, and I'm in love with this game, and it has now become my main game. So here is the regular art that you will see in-game, and then if you click and you hold on the character, here is the 2D cutouts of the art, and this is amazing. I mean, Nintendo quality art, plus the Cygames element to it. Every piece here looks outstanding. We'll go ahead and go to edit team so we can look at more. There's no scroll feature. Can we actually go from collections? Well, it still won't allow us to scroll between them, which I wish that was something we could do, is just click, hold, and swipe to the next character. So you got your basic spearman here. You got a mage. Well, not mage. This is a healer, which this should be a mage based on the way he looks. Completely different style. And of course, for those of you that are waifu collectors, you're not going to be playing this game to collect waifus, because the game's really split 50-50 between the males and the females. So you're going to want to collect those characters that are badass looking, those characters that are really good at the game, that are going to really progress you to that next level. I mean, I stand corrected. That's very waifu. My favorite out of everybody so far is her. I think she has the best art that I've seen, but a source for me of negative opinion is we can't look at all of the units in the game. I'd have to go look up a tier list to see all of the units in the game. You can only look at the units that you actually have acquired yourself. I have yet to find some sort of index, so I can only show you guys the units that I've drawn, which is a little bit annoying. So now that we've gone over the 2D art and the 3D art, you can see when you are on the home screen, your characters, you'll see their personality really start to come through. And even in-game, all 4 stars and above that I've seen, I haven't checked 3-star units, they all have completely voice-acted lines, especially if they're your main character. They talk about when they're ready to become a dragon, they talk about the things that make them their personality. Like my attacker here, she's very spunky and she's very adorable in the way that she speaks, and everything is all almost in third person. So then let's go into story. There are currently 5 chapters in the game, and I was just notified in my Twitch chat that each chapter, if you complete each chapter all the way to the end, you will unlock hard mode, and then one can assume once you beat hard mode on all 5, you get the next one. Each chapter is a specific element and will unlock a specific elemental dragon for you. So each element is going to, or each chapter is either going to be really easy for you, really hard for you, or in between, based on what you have as your party. So we'll go ahead and we'll show you guys some combat here by going into a new dungeon. And here you will see these are the friend units that I currently have available to me. It immediately will put you on the element that is the opposite of the mission you are about to run, but you can go to all. You can go specifically to dark, to wind, to water. I'm going to use the best light unit that I have, which is this level 61 friend. My god. Once again, it'll show you your power again, show you the suggested might, what your might is currently, and then you can begin your quest. This uses stamina. Alright, so when it comes to the combat in this game and the movement in this game, it's click.
I have foreseen my readiness.
Oops. It's a click and drag. And whichever direction you're dragging in, your character moves. However, if you're moving for a very long time in one direction, the game sometimes sort of locks up, especially if you're on a mobile device, and it will forget where your finger is on the actual device, and sometimes you will mess up where you are moving. I think it's a little bit of because of their memory leak issue. I think it has a little bit to do with that, a little bit to do with optimization, but I think it's something that will be fixed in the game. It is a Nintendo game, so one can assume that features like this are going to be eventually improved and fixed. Here you can see, if you stop moving and you tap the screen, that direction is not going to be where you're going to be attacking. It's whichever direction your character is facing. So I'm going to have to move my character around, get them to face the right direction, and then that's how I decide where I'm going to be firing. And every single character has a 4 moveset combo. So we have 1, we have 2, 3, and then your 4th ability, I was told this can actually break people. Your 4th and 5th ability, for this character it would be, 3rd or 4th for some other characters, can actually break a shield when somebody has guard on them. As you saw there as well, your teammates will attack, they will fight, they will build up their own skill gauge, and they will use their own abilities. These down here, this is your skills. The further you have progressed in the mana wheel, you will be getting more skills. This is your ability to shapeshift into a dragon, and this is your friend's ability. And this is how many charges they have of it, I'm pretty sure. And there you saw any object you see in the game that is shining, or a box or a chest, is breakable for loot. It isn't very good loot, but if you're like me and I just love the fact that I can get loot to drop and I can get that extra little, like 1% loot from a dungeon, I'm gonna do it anyways. Sure, it takes more time, but I'm going to do it. So then, something to note is if you quickly tap and slide your finger across the screen, you will do a dodge. This is how you avoid most of the damage in the game. Currently, there is a tier list out for the game. This tier list, I believe, is incorrect because it says the reason why this tier list is a thing is because of because dodging is in the game, just dodge everything and you'll be fine. I'm sorry, not everybody is a pro player who can dodge every single skill in the game and can dodge every single thing in the game. So to me, I'm going to play, and I'm going to recommend a play style that is based around If you are a average player who on average dodges something or has low reaction speed, this is going to be the recommended for you, which is use a tank, use a healer, use a DPS. Go with a normal composition that you would have in any video game. Don't just stack DPS. Don't just stack the people that do the most amount of damage. Go with something that's going to help protect you. If you're someone who dodges a whole bunch and you want to go exactly on the tier list and that's what you want to roll with, go ahead. That's up to you. That's your prerogative there. I don't... Maybe that was the other side of that. So then we have traps in game. It looks like your allies actually dodge roll out of traps even when they have when they're standing right on top of them. But a trap, after it is triggered, if you roll into it, it will still hurt you. And fire damage does do damage over time, so be very careful of this. It will always tell you where the boss room is, so if you want to go and get the rest of the loot, just know that you can get it. So, let us show off some skills here. When you use a skill, you are completely immune to damage. When you start the animation, you are immune to damage. If you're about to get hit, change into your dragon. You will be immune to damage for the time period of the dragon. Changing into the dragon. Once you're in the dragon, you have this bar. That's how long you're shape-shifted into them. This bar is a health bar. If you switch into your dragon and then take a nuke to the face, you're going to lose your dragon immediately. I have been told that the story is very good in this game. Personally, it wasn't something that interested me, but Nintendo does this really nice thing in all of their games where when you skip a story, if you want to just read a text, which for a lot of people is a lot better, this is amazing because I can read really quickly. I'll read this, take, 1 to 5 seconds, read this, proceed. I don't have to watch the animations, though some of the scenes are voice acted. The voice acting is really, really, really good in this game, so I would recommend watching it just for that. Now here we have, you get 25 Wormite if you perfectly clear a dungeon. You'll see here I got 5 and I got 5 of them. And then at the bottom here, you'll see I got drop rewards. Because this is the dark part of the campaign, you get the dark rewards for enhancing dark characters. This right here is for upgrading your smithy. This over here is for crafting in your smithy. This is equipment. And then this over here is for leveling up your character. So let's go take a look at some of those features. First, how do we know that we got 5 from this dungeon? So let's go back here. Let's click this plus. If you look here, it'll show you the suggested. Say victories eliminate a specific threat. So far we haven't had victory that is, it's either this or it's a time base. It's never been protect an enemy or destroy this object within this time or don't take this amount of damage. We haven't had any sort of victories other than time-based or just eliminate the threat. So you get 5 Wormite per objective here. Don't allow anyone to fall, don't allow more than 2 people to fall, and then don't use any continues. So here, those are those 3. The first time you beat it, you get 5, and you get 5 as well. I don't know why it gives you 5 twice. I think that's just because they wanted to give everybody an even 25. I don't know any other reason why other than quest endeavor. This could just be because of the beginning of the game. We have something called jumpstart endeavors. So it could be because we're at the beginning, and after this period ends, which is in 12 days, that we will no longer get those extra 5 gems, which means everybody that's playing this game, you should clear the story as far as you can through normal, hard, and whatever difficulties above that to get those extra 5 Wormite from them for the first clear reward. Here we have your daily missions. Like in every other gacha game, you'll have to play the game and do all of your tasks that you should do if this wasn't in the game. These are the things that you would log in and want to do anyways, and they reward you for doing them. This is your basic gacha mentality. Clear an event dungeon. This is an event dungeon. Perform an item summon. This is free. Collect rubies from a facility. This is from your town. And you don't start out with all of these unlocked. I've already unlocked 90% of the content in the game. Here, clear 5 quests. It just means go and do 5 quests, whether it's campaign or event. And then once you've cleared all of them, you get your free-to-play gems. Then, in the Jumpstart Endeavors, there are 6 different milestones that you have to reach in your first 2 weeks, which is get a dragon to level 20, get a card to level 20, or it might actually be get a card to 10, level a character up to 25, get through the character's mana pool. Once you have completed all of these, you will get the current event prize, which is a free 10 summon. And then in here, each of these is your way that you're going to be getting all of the currency in the game. Your free gems, you will get mana, you will get limit break, you will get I think in here you can also get some whetstones, which are for enhancing equipment, and you can get some dragon fruit, which is for enhancing your dragon, and then blessed water, which is for enhancing your cards. And then our special, this is going to be from the shop. These are bonus rewards that you get for doing daily stuff by spending money in the game. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and accept this. So, let's look at some of the features of this game. Each of these is the same exact system, which to me is the first in a gacha game, that every single system is the exact same. It's not that you have to raise up your equipment and then put runes in those equipment, and then the runes have a different system than the equipment system, and then enhancing the characters has a different system. No. Every single one of these works the exact same way, except adventurers. Adventurers are a little bit different. Click an adventure. You can promote them up stars from 3 to 4 and 4 to 5. In order to upgrade a 4-star, it takes 25,000 Elder Water, and upgrade them from a 3 to a 4-star, it costs 2,500 Elder Water. So because of this, you get 500 from a 3-star dupe, and 1,000, or it might be 250 actually, and then 1,000 from a 4-star dupe. It is going to take you a lot of time to be able to upgrade just one unit from 4 to 5, so I would stray away from ever raising a unit from 3 to 4. So let's go back to upgrade here. Let's upgrade a unit. You'll see you have bronze crystals, there's silver crystals, and gold crystals. These could be so much better. You'll see I just spent 28 of this currency, and I didn't even get half a level at level 39. 39 isn't even halfway to the max this character can get. And 80 isn't even the max this character can get. This character can max out at level 100 if I were to have 4 copies of her. Or if I were to get this other currency I will show you guys in a minute. So, the crystals, bronze, silver, and gold, are all very lackluster. So if I was leveling a unit, rather than worrying about the crystals, I would actually say rush through the campaign, get as far as you can. That the reward from completing each mission will give your characters more experience. It'll give you about that much experience there, if not about that much experience from doing every single mission. So I'd rather go and run missions, and then later on, once I've gotten as far as I can in the campaign, then go and farm these and start using these, because they'll give you more experience than these ever will. And You cannot do the second thing, which is what I'm going to show you guys for a equipment. You'll see they are blue. The reason why they are blue is if I were to take this dagger and I were to unbind it by combining it with another dagger, this would turn this. At this point, once I have raised it up to any of these limit break, it will change color to show that this is a piece of equipment that you have worked on. What does this do? If I were to unbind, you'll see it always adds, even at level 10, and you would think normally it would just double the level. Each equipment break is 5 levels added onto a piece of equipment. And the way you unbind it is by using the same equipment or by using a resource that we'll get into in a later video. So, the system for this game is take a piece of equipment. You can use a whetstone, bronze, silver, or gold, and you'll see it gave me 8 levels. The whetstones and the dragon fruit are like 2 or 3 times stronger than the enhanced stones to level up your characters and the water you spend on your cards. The whetstone is the best out of all of them. I personally would advise not doing what I did and don't ever use your whetstones, because you'll see here I have all this equipment. I have nothing to use it on, but because we're doing a video, I can show you guys. You can use up to 20 pieces of equipment, which you'll see 3. It took me 3 to get this to max level. Alright, let's upgrade it. It also shows you the overage of experience if you want to min-max it. I wouldn't, you're going to get so much anyways. It shows you it almost exactly doubled with a little bit lost in strength and might how good it is. So, next it will go straight to unbind for you. If you've already unbinded it, then it won't here. So go here, we will max limit break it all the way up. And now, in my list, you guys will see, if I were to go into weapons here, you guys will see, oh, no, it's not until they're max, okay. Until they are maxed, you won't see the blue. So we'll show you guys. Alright. This is the system for how to raise everything in the game. I'm going to show you the card system. It's going to be the same exact way. I'm going to show you guys the dragon system. I can't show you for the dragon for the heroes because I don't have them raised all the way up, but I can at least explain how it's the same. So next we'll go to worm prints. You level up one. You have water, which we don't have of any, and then you can use worm prints. The reason why heroes aren't the same is because you can't use 3-star and 2-star fodder for some reason to level them up. You'll see they don't give that much experience. We're not actually going to use all these 3 stars for everybody who would be worrying about that. This is not something we're going to do. But you'll see it's the same system. And then if I were to take this card here and unbind it, on the 3rd unbind, the art changes. The art will change to an updated art, and I'm pretty sure on the 4th unbind you get a new skill for that that piece of or that specific worm print. They don't give all that much stats. I'll go ahead and I'll show you guys exactly what they do. We'll look at a 3-star one here. You'll see it gives HP and it gives strength. Strength is basically attack in this game. Here we go. So here you see it's strength, it's might, it's HP, how much to get to the next level. You can actually look at, if you click this button, you can see how much experience you'd need total to get to the max level that's available for it. Here's its ability. This one gives 8% crit damage. And then, if I could show you, it completed by limit breaking it. Here, it's either here or here, the art changes, and you'll get a tutorial about doing this in the game. And then here, you will unlock an entirely new ability that's probably going to be the something in the same vein of the first one. Next, we'll show you dragons. Same exact thing. If I were to go to a dragon, use fruit, or I can use fodder dragons. And you'll see, I just used a bunch of dragons and didn't even get a full level. So your dragons, your cards, and your heroes, they're going to take a very long time to level up. Just understand that it's a slow grind because they want us to be playing for a long time. I would rather this than everybody have max dragons, max heroes, max cards, max equipment. Now, we do have max equipment, right? I think their equipment, the reason why the equipment isn't balanced is because they give us too many equipment drops. If they lower the equipment drops, it would be the exact same and everything would be perfectly balanced. But as it is right now, everything except for equipment is going to level really, really, really slowly for you. Next, I will show you guys crafting. You will unlock crafting once you get the smithy in your town. You start out with being able to craft 3 stars. Once your smithy is a 4-star, or a level 4, you can use these mats to make a 4-star weapon. And then once your smithy is level 7, and you use these mats, you will be able to create a 5-star weapon. And this is the same across the board. And then if you use a duplicate of a character, we will go into this in our tips and tricks video that will be coming out next. This is how you make a 3-star weapon into a really good weapon for the class, or for the element and class that it is using. So if I have a 5-star, or if I have a fire dagger user, I'm going to want a fire dagger for them. I'm not going to want to use the light dagger, because if I were to use a light dagger on a fire unit, you lose the effect. So, next we're going to go into mana circles. This is the biggest stat boost you will get for your characters. And this system, in every gacha game, I love enhancing systems. This one, however, is on a next level. I've never seen anything like this. In your enhancements, you unlock brand new skills the further you go. You unlock brand new skills that are passives, are actives. It doesn't matter. Just the first enhance, we get 3. Our second enhance, we only get 1. Our third enhance, we get 1. And then we can enhance our previous ones, make them stronger. Up here, you'll see we got 3 of them that we're going to raise. All the way up the top, their last one, you get a brand new ability. And for here, it's... No, this just gives you an item. I have no idea what this item does. I can't even click on it. I bet you that's for limit breaking a character. I bet you that's what it is. So you get them to max enhance and they're going to give you a free limit break for them. And it looks like we can enhance every single one of our abilities here, including the ones that we give to our other allies. Alright, so what is this? You spend this resource called mana to give yourself a stat boost. This is going to be more than what your equipment's going to give you. It's going to be more than what your dragon's going to give you. It's going to be more than what your cards are going to give you. This should be your first focus on every single character. And then you move on to, I would go mana, then equipment, then probably a mix of dragons and cards. And once you have completed all of these, you can unbind using these resources here to go up to the second tier. You do all of them again, you unbind, and then you move up to the next tier. And then you can unbind again once you're all done with them. I'm not done for this level. And you see the materials you need get rarer and rarer because you need to do higher and higher dungeons. This is the same as it would be in any other game. And then you unlock their story, which each story mission that you watch for a person, you get free. You get the freemium gems, which is outstanding because in some games they want you to, like, let's say, level them up to max or evolve them from 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 star to get the free gems. Here, you get it at each of their enhanced levels. So it doesn't matter what star level it is, their enhanced levels matter. So this, to me, much better system. And you get to watch free story. When I got to this story for my character, I completed the affinity event with her. I completed her story event, and I was able to, I'll show you guys right here, under profile, I was able to get Child of the Forest as my title for having completed the story event with this character. And that to me is amazing. It it's me not only representing her as my helper unit, but representing her as, this is the title for me, to show that, showing who my favorite unit is, basically, and that I've enhanced them up. So, that's Mana Circles. Next, we have teams. They have this ability to optimize your team based on which element you want. I don't think this is really going to be a problem until you are further in the story, because of what I think is the best. And the next video that I released, I'll tell you guys what I think is the best for progression. Personally, if you're going to optimize, basically, after your reroll, the first thing you should do is either decide for yourself, which I think is the best, or go in here, select all, choose which playstyle you want. I chose offensive. Applied it to all of them. You can apply it to just adventurers if you want. And then I clicked confirm, and it gave me the team that you see here, actually, minus this character because I got them later. It gave me this team. I said, you know what? I don't know anything about the game. I'm just going to leave the system optimization for me. You have 6 slots up here for teams. You have 4 abilities that you can use for your characters. I don't know if I were to get another one, if it would add another one here, or if it's just going to take the 4 best abilities each character gives. Next, we'll show you guys the castle. I love it when games do castle events, or do castle progression in their games. It adds extra stuff that you can do that you're going to want to go back and you're going to want to check on. So in here, one of those dailies was collect rubies. So these are rubies. This is your gold for the game. And you'll see here, I have quite a bit of extra space for my town because I've leveled up my town hall quite a bit. So this is, I am glad they chose this system over another one. This, to me, when I saw this, I was so glad it was this way. So a flame altar is going to boost the HP and strength of a flame attuned adventurer. So this means if I'm using a if I rerolled and I got Ezalith, the fire dagger support, I would want to focus this one first because of it's going to give her the most amount of stats. It's better to do it this way than have this give us a reward we can collect every day, because this is going to make our character stronger versus giving us extra rewards. And I'd much rather have this give me extra stats. I'm glad they didn't do it for dragons, though. For dragons, because of how long they take to level up, I'm glad that they give us the resource to level up dragons. So in here, you'll see if we want to level up a spot, it takes gold. It takes a resource. It'll tell us, depending on the level, I've seen it raise the limit. I've seen it raise the output. So each time it would give me 2. I've seen it lower the production time. And the further you go, the better this gets. And the higher your account level is here, you start to unlock. My last account level allowed me to raise my water altar, or not my last one, but the first one I noticed, allowed me to raise my water altar from level 10 max to level 15 max. So rather than your hero level being limited by your account level, your town levels are limited by your account level, which to me, I think is perfect. So let's go ahead and I'll show you leveling this up. And we'll be using a Talonstone. It takes 30 minutes to finish. Alright. And you'll see here in the top left that I have a little dragon here with a mallet. These are your helpers that you are... That's the amount of helpers that you have to upgrade your town. And I think... Yes. You can either spend free-to-play currency or pay-to-play currency to raise these. If this was Clash of Clans style and you could upgrade a whole bunch of them all at the same time and they all had a whole lot of time on them, this would be worth it. I might say the further you go, maybe getting 3 or 4 of these is probably going to be pretty recommended, but I'm not going to do it for a very long time. Until I have a full 5-star team, I think this isn't going to be necessary, especially with how much resources it takes to level up some of these buildings. So here's your town hall. Leveling up this increases how much you can level up this. So if you look over here, you'll see I need a facility level of 50k rubies, so I need more. And then I need all of these resources. You'll see I have 8, and I need 5. I have 0, I need 1, 0, I need 3. And then if you click on them, it'll actually show you how to acquire them. So your facility level is the sum level of all of the buildings in your town, I think minus this. Maybe this is affected as well. We'll see here in a sec. When a building is being built, it does not factor into your facility level until it is finished. But for some reason, it didn't work for this. So maybe it's just your smithy here, though. So you'll see, to get my smithy up to 4, so I can finally get 4-star equipment, I need all of these resources and then my town level to be level 4. So this limits your progression based on what you have farmed over here. So then in your town, you will see you have a dragon. It is right there, just so you know. Here's your town. Here's how you can get to it quickly. Or if you go to castle, you can go to Dragon's Roost, which will bring you to the same exact spot. This, I love this. This system is outstanding because you are turning into your dragon for the big summon element of this game. So in order to make your dragon more useful, make them last longer, be able to take longer of a hit off their bar, you need to raise their affinity by giving them gifts. And every single day, you can give them a gift by... you can give them just a free gift if you don't want to spend any money on them. You can buy one of each of these a day. So if I were to, say, take this 0-1, go ahead and throw it to my bird. It's going to raise my affinity up. He gives you a gift back. He gives you a gift to thank you. So he's going to give me green currency because he is a green dragon. He's going to give me mana. The rarer the gift and the higher his affinity, he'll start giving you the wormstone that you saw that I used on my dragon building. If I were to swap to another dragon here, you would see the affinity is different for every dragon. If I were to go give them a gift, you'll see I can't give this gift anymore. It is 1 a day for each one. So if you're working on 2 different dragons, so to say, let's say you have Zephyr and you have Nidhogg, and you want to level both of them equally, and you want both of them to last about the same amount of time, you're going to want to equally pass these out between the 2 of them. I'm only working on Zephyr, so I'm going to leave Zephyr up here. And if you click build, you'll go straight back to the castle. Next, we have adventurer stories. In here, you can watch the stories that your dragon will tell us. You can watch the stories that your all of your characters have, and there is a lot. This game is filled with lore, and it is all probably an amazing read. There's so much to do in this game. I'm probably going to take the time to watch the lore off screen because it's so much. And you'll see here, every single character you meet, you have a story you can watch with them. If I click on Maribel, you'll see I've done all 5 of her stories. Each one is a whole new story. It is great. And then the dragon stories, each character has a story that you get at level 5, and I'm assuming at level 15 or 20 as your next one. I can actually maybe look here. No? Maybe only one. And then we haven't gotten to castle stories because it is coming soon. I'd assume that it'd be at town level 5. What else do we have to show you guys in this game for our first look? For summon. Here, we can look at... This is probably the worst part about this game, and probably the best part about this game. So, when summoning, using your free-to-play summons, you will see for a featured summon, you have a percentile chance to... a 2% chance, normally, and a 2% chance to get a 5-star, so 4% total. And most games have a 6, 7, 8% chance, so this is the lowest that I've ever seen since probably playing Fate Grand Order or Fire Emblem Heroes or Summoner's War. They're all really, really, really bad. However, this game has something that the other ones don't, which is RNG protection. This was introduced to me, this word was introduced to me with World of Warcraft when they had legendaries come out, and there were people like me who went 2 whole raid expansions in, which was about 7 months, in World of Warcraft without getting a legendary. However, you have protection, which means the longer you go without getting that item, the more likely you're going to get it, until eventually it's just 100% chance and they'll just give it to you. And in fact, they'll probably... You'll do a loot roll drop, and you'll probably get multiple of them. So what this means is, each time you don't get a natural 5, all of these rates go up here until you get one. And what this means is, if you can get this up to 5, 6, 7, 8% on each of them, that's for your entire 10 drop. So that means if you can have really bad luck for a really long time, you have the potential of getting multiple in one, because of how high your percentage roll is going to be. Next, we have 4-star summons. They are going to more likely give you, you'll see here, 7% versus 41% and 53%, so 7 and 9. And then you'll see the 3 stars aren't even in here anymore. I don't actually know how to do the 4-star summons. Maybe it's the paid summon? Hold on. Yeah. I can only summon for a summon showcase. There will be a second bar here if you have a 4-star summon bar. And that's that one. And showcase info. This is showing you the banner units. It's showing you their stats. It's showing you all of the different skills they can get. These are the passives they can get. These are their extra passive abilities. It'll show you all of the stats for the dragon that is has a higher rate. Those are the ones that have the extra 2%. And then the cards, because there's multiple. And then shows you these 4 stars are the ones you're going to pull the most of. Which is good, because I'm using this guy, so I've gotten quite a few duplicates of him, which means I'm probably going to raise him to 5-star because of that. Same with this dragon. I'm probably going to max limit break this dragon. Same with this card, and I would love to get this card because of what its abilities do. This card basically is my hero in a nutshell. Full HP equals skill damage plus 30. That means that, and then increases your skill gauge faster. My main character, that's her main ability here. I'll show you. Right here, full HP. So that would stack with that. Plus, she already starts with her skill almost completely full. This would mean faster skills and do more at full HP. She's basically gonna just be a giant mage nuker. I don't know why. With that card, which isn't even a 5-star card, she's gotta be top of the tier list with the amount that she can nuke. So, when summoning, don't ever summon outside of the tenfold, because this will always give you a 4-star. which
You can tell
means
I'm a
that
genius, can't
if you are using 3 stars, this one will always be better for you, because you'll eventually fill out your team with at least 4 stars. And then daily deal is only from Diamantium. I'm pretty sure this has slightly higher rates. I think I saw it's like 1 or 2% higher than a regular single summon. I don't have any more information on that. And then lastly, we have friends. I showed you guys player info. There are emotes you can use with people in the game. If I were to click on an emote,
Victory will be ours.
you'll see this will pop up above your head in co-op. You'll see you'll hear the sound play, and you'll wonder why does this guy have this and other people don't. You'll see we have 31 stickers. We have 8, 16, 24 slots. You'll see down here, you'll see which ones are active versus not active. To replace them, just click here, and you'll see it switches with them. I didn't mean to do that.
On my way.
You wanna uncheck them, so that way they don't.
Victory will be ours.
I broke it, guys. That's how you switch where they are in between the ones that are already there. If I want to put this one in, I check them.
On my way.
And then
I'm on defense. On my way.
there we go. That's how you do it. You take one that's inactive and just put it in there. And then you click save when you're done. I'm not gonna save because I liked my previous layout and I don't feel like fixing it. So what did we do here? We completed a task by collecting our rubies, and you hear some of their personality while your character's walking through town.
Do something today.
And these are the same sort of voice lines that you hear inside the game.
For a game? I'll play with
Next, I'm going to show you guys events. I'm not really going to go on this. I'm not really going to go over this in detail right now. I'm going to show you guys what a mission looks like and the rewards that it has for co-op. Co-op is a very big thing in this game. So down here you'll see if I find a room, I use wings. Right here, you'll see in order to play co-op with somebody, if I am joining somebody else, I will be using wings and not stamina. So you could actually, you played for 18 hours yesterday and we didn't run out of stamina at all or wings at all because of the amount of experience everything gives. If I were to do a co-op mission here versus a regular mission here, right, if I were to select this, solo and co-op, they give the exact same rewards, except co-op is easier. Now, why is co-op easier? Let's find a room and we'll show you. So here you see, here's everybody. You click ready. If you want to change who you're using, just click edit team and switch to the person you want to use. I don't think it's okay that they're allowed to start until everybody's ready. Because what if I wanted to change the person that I'm using here? But we'll show you guys co-op. And the fact that you can spam emotes. I'll show you guys my favorite emote. You ready? You ready?
Nice.
Aw. That's not fair.
Nope.
There we go. So, here is live action multiplayer with other people. The reason why this is easier than playing normal is because you have 4 other people to rely on. These 4 other people are all going to have skills that they can use, whereas you can only use 1 skill at a time, albeit except when your party members decide that they're going to use their skills. And you will, what's the word I'm looking for here? In here, people will be able to, let's say yeah, you saw they use that there. Let's say I want to clear the screen on this tile, the 4 out of 6. That means maybe my skill will be up in time for the next wave. So it makes these time attacks easier because you have more skills to use. Now, everybody also can actively use their dragon at the same time, unlike only one dragon in single player. This is why it is vastly, vastly easier to play in co-op. So see, guard. I'm not sure if it was the ability I had or if they were already low enough, but supposedly the final one can break the guard. We'll see. But you see, everybody's dragon is currently summoned because, oh, one person didn't summon theirs. But that's why co-op is good, because when it comes to a boss, you will get them to a certain point, and then everybody's going to summon their dragon, and you're going to kill the boss really fast. Whereas, that won't happen if I were to do solo. So you'll see here I got daily bonus. That was the chest. So here you'll see 4, 8, 500 rubies. Now, I'll show you guys one last thing, which if I were to go repeat the same thing in solo, come on. I don't have to wait for people as much. I have the same time, same place. Oh, of course he attacked me before I got to... I wanted to test it. Oh well. I'll try testing it in the next video and see if I can show you guys it actually happening. So here, I'm going to AoE those guys down. So you see, the only extra skill that I'd have, instead of 4, I have the ally skill that I could use. And that's the only extra skill that we have now. And of course, aims at the one character that, as they die, I don't understand the skills, how sometimes they hone right in on the target you want, that you're looking at, and sometimes they just fuck right off. Alright. See, I would have loved to hit that giant group of people. Gosh dang it. 3, 4, 5. Ah, I missed. I'd love to be able to test this. And then, of course, she turns around even though I didn't move at all. I would love to be able to show you guys that. Whatever, we'll just kill him. And as you saw there, my health is very low. The health of my units is very low. You see, we were able to clear it, but look at the health of my, one of my characters. My health was really low. None of that happened. We didn't take nearly as much damage because we had all of those extra people all attacking on their own, all using skills on their own, and all using their dragons. So you see, we got the rare material. This is the thing that you can get from this dungeon. We talked about earlier how gold crystals just aren't really worth it. And I'll show you guys one more time. You have a chance to get the rare drops. You'll see the drops were the same. But you have a chance to get a rare drop each time you do it, and it's actually different for each person in multiplayer. So we just got lucky on that second run. That isn't to show you guys that solo gives more. It's to show you that it gives the same. Alright? 1 crystal gives us this much experience. It'll be easier to show if I do this. Right? That's it. That's all a gold crystal does. So this, the rates, the fact that we can't use fodder, the fact that there's no guilds and no PvP, those are the only things that I have against this game. I wish they looked a little bit cuter as chibis instead of all chubby and hexagon, or not hex, triangular with their bits here. I don't know. I feel like it could have been a little bit better, but overall, I love the game. So if this is the worst part about the game, if the leveling those heroes is the worst part about the game, when it's literally just gonna mean I'm gonna play it longer, you know what? To me, this game is a 9 out of 10. I recommend it for everybody. If you're looking for a new gacha game to play because yours has become boring or recently died, would recommend this game. Stick with it. They're gonna probably release live action arena and most likely guilds, and then guild raids like the one we just showed you guys. That's a raid. If the final one's a boss, then it's very raid-like. You'll see they have scripting. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. It's been Dark Razeth. We usually stream every day on Twitch at 9:30 a.m. EST and weekends at night. We'll see you in the next video.